another kind of good segue topic here into how the community has evolved from going to this game is the best thing since Jesus to this game sucks because it's Satan. And quite frankly, we've kind of have gone from that to back to okay, well now Wildstar's kind of like, I don't know, Gandhi, neutral. So in terms of watching the community progress and watching things kind of pander out the way they have been, Kel, what has been your overall kind of reaction to how the community has kind of done a 180 and then did a 360?
It's been really interesting to watch. As someone who played WoW for 10 years, the community, it's interesting because we obviously have a smaller community than some other MMOs. A lot of that's been due to bugs like Drop 2 that we've talked about quite a bit in the stream here. But the people that there's a difference between the people that just want to be disparaging, they want to try and attack the developers and everything, and it's mostly because they're looking for personal empowerment for the class, or rallying for buffs for their class, or this or that. One of the interesting things is whether they've done a 180 and they decide they really love the game or they really hate it, depending on what's happened. After Drop 2, a lot of people, a lot of our PvPers, including some of you guys here in chat and the streams, have been really disenchanted with how your queue times have been and everything. But when you do complain or you do get frustrated or you want something fixed, it's not for your personal empowerment and your personal gain. It's for the community as a whole. I think that really separates the Wildstar community from a lot of other MMORPGs, in that the concern, despite how it comes, whether it's someone being a jerk to another player, it seems to come from a corner of the mind where it's like, well, I just want this whole game to succeed. I want everyone to know this game. It's not about, screw you. This is the compare, the rock, paper, scissors thing earlier. It's not that. Everyone wants the games to succeed. And so I think it's just really interesting the way it kind of swings back and forth at this point.
Yeah. No, I would definitely agree with that. Avid, since you've been kind of with us, and in Beholder as well, since you guys have been with the game literally since day one and beyond, have you guys? What has been your kind of, I guess, complaint about the community that needs to be improved still, and things that we need to work on? Avid, go, and then Beholder, go.
Oh, I was going to tell him to go first. Okay.
Okay, well, that's fine. Beholder, go first then.
Well, I think... Am I still live?
Yes, you are. Yes, you're good.
Okay. I think that, from the start of this game, when things didn't go people's ways, the attacks that came out were rough. And, I think a lot of people wanted to raise the torches and go after Carbine, and that really sucked. That's not what this game needed.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot of great things that this game has given us that are above and beyond other games that are out there, and people really need to look at that and respect it for what it was.
Okay. Now,
and I think now, we're still seeing that in terms of player divide on PvP, PvE issues and stuff like that, and people just need to calm down. This game gives you so much. You wouldn't be here playing it if there weren't something here that you enjoyed.
Yeah, no, 100% agree. All right, Avid.
Yeah, I think
now
that,
you have time.
Yeah, I think that the community, just the MMO community in general, for any new game that's coming out now, is really doing themselves a disservice by jumping into a game, playing it 24/7, racing up to max, and just kind of blowing by all this content that the developers work on. And we don't join these MMOs anymore to inhabit the worlds. Some of us still do, but so many people are like, jump in, race to the end. What's the end game? And they're missing that in an MMO, it's about this whole experience and this journey, and that's getting lost. And I think that's why we're going to see a move away from levels. I don't really have a problem with them personally, but I think we're going to see a move away from that in future MMO development, because for the people that are focused on endgame, they're losing all this content. So it's like, okay, you can do the end game from the start, but there's also going to be all this other content that you can go and experience, and you don't have to rush it. You don't have to bum rush all this other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fair enough. Nifty, in terms of where the game is going to go future-wise in 2015, where would you like to see the game head?
Well, I think I really don't know how to answer, honestly. Just more content and the bug fixes, especially for PvP. And I really hope that they're going to try harder on the advertisement front. I think that could definitely improve and hopefully bring the population up a little bit, because I think that's also one of the main problems for causing the queue times to be really long. And,
Right. That's fair.
I don't think so. That's kind of where I'm going. So.
Okay, no, that's perfectly fair. Clover, where do you see the game heading in 2015?
I like the focus on story-based single-player content. That's a huge thing for the casual crowd. Not using casual as a dirty word, because sometimes you just want to come in and relax to play your game and not be, yeah, I'm so pumped, I gotta be on my toes all the time. Obviously, more bug fixes coming, but the biggest thing is probably the easing of the endgame curve. Now you don't have to get thrown straight into veteran content once you hit 50 to year. Veteranship hands are a huge benefit to this.
Okay, fair enough. So single-player story content, I think, would be a huge bolster to the game itself. That always brings in the people that just kind of enjoy the game on a kind of a small basis, that just kind of do it for the thrills and just kind of the emotional connection that they have with their character. So I would definitely agree with that. Behalter, go ahead.
Let me just jump on that one, because just connecting to another MMO that's out there, one of my biggest problems with SWTOR is that they did these great class stories, these individual class stories for all the different classes, up to max level, and then they've done nothing with them since. And I'm so ticked at them for that, because there was this great story that they put together, and then just nothing, And so that's why this single player solo content for the story, I think is great, and I want them to continue that, because all this story stuff, all the little extra lore bits that they add, just love it.
Okay, fair enough. Behalter, 2015, where would you like to see the game go?
Just bigger and better. Keep adding content and keep stuff coming at us. Keep fixing things that need to be fixed, and more of what they're doing right.
Awesome. Definitely agree. Indigo, 2015. Unmute yourself.
buddy. I thought I was done for the night.
That was my last for the night. Anyways, no, I think number one would be helping PvP out a lot. As I am a PvP player, I do feel that there is a lot of issues with there. Solo player content definitely needed a boost in players, which I think will come with fixing a lot of the other issues. But I'm going to reiterate this. More often fixes is really what's going to save us, not these long drawn out waits between problem fixes. It's completely possible. Other MMOs currently do it. Everyone's fine with a weekly 2-hour down at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
It's going to be all right. We just need to get those fixes coming in a lot quicker.
Well, in terms of that, Tony posted on the forums that the first bi-weekly patch happened. So hopefully, even if we get bi-weekly patches are fine with me. but they
Oh,
have to
goodness.
they have to hot fix major issues. And someone in
Yeah.
chat pointed out that the medic probes took 4 weeks to fix. And granted, they were restructuring; they had gone through just a horrible mess of just everything. But that is honestly no excuse. But it's really hard to try and find fault in that when they were just going through so much. They and believe me, I'm not saying that that's an excuse. That should never happen. Hot fixes definitely need to be implemented a lot more and a lot sooner. And that comes down to their QA team stepping it up and really making sure that they have the best people on the staff possible. Demoose 2015, where would you like to see the game head?
I would like to see a lot more content that scales.
I like that.
I would like, for instance, Omnicore 1. If we could have things at that large that actually scale from 1 to 3 to 5 players, that would be absolutely amazing for me. I love having the option of how many people I want to go with, or maybe I just feel like playing alone.
Sure.
Okay, so do you want something like a Guild Wars 2 scale, or did you want something that is more like a World of Warcraft Flex Raid scale?
I can't say on Guild Wars 2. I haven't played that in so long. I don't even remember. And I should, because it was a good game. I like that game.
Okay, so Guild Wars 2 scaling works like WoW's Flex Raids, but the more people are there, the fight will automatically scale as the fight is happening. Not once the fight's engaged, that's that. But as more people come in, the Guild Wars 2 bosses and events get more mobs spawned. It's kind of like holdouts for Wildstar. The more people come in, the more people that are there, it automatically scales upward.
Actually, I wasn't even thinking of that. I was just talking about like small or Omnicore instant stuff. But that's actually good. That would actually be cool too. These 20-man raids that you have to do out in the open world. If those would scale, that would be absolutely amazing.
So I don't know if you guys are reading chat, but KDM says, I'm the main scaling content person, so I'll try, guys. Apparently everything we talk about just falls under her domain. And we're just talking about her. We should just read
Kadium
the
is
stream talking about KDM stuff.
So what you guys don't know is KDM is the new CEO of Carbine. Hashtag
You heard it first.
I thought for
KDM
half a
for
second.
president.
I
Yes.
thought for half a second you were being serious.
No.
Don't do that to her. No one deserves the fate of Ghost.
Oh, that's so true. Yeah, don't mention him anyway. So Doc, 2015. Where do you want to see the game go?
For 2015, I want to, and we talked about it a bit and it's a little heated. I want to get back into PvP. I'm not a hardcore PvPer. I just like killing people occasionally. I like the fact that there's more and more fixes happening. So I want to see more of that. I want to see more support outside of the game, and an active draw to get players in. Like more people join World of Warcraft or Star Wars or League of Legends or Smite because they see other players playing it. I want to see more from the community, people that have a positive viewpoint and a negative viewpoint. For me, I want 2015 to be a year of major growth in and outside of the developers. So I mean, like, I want to see, like, I want to do more talks like this personally, and I want to see more people come in, shifting names. If I'm not in some of them, and I'm in all or whatever, I just want to see more growth in everything. I want to be able to walk down the virtual road and like meet new people and play new people, group with new people, and see like what this person is doing on their stream. So I think the game this year has a lot of fantastic potential, and like I said, I'm always cautiously optimistic. So I'm just going to cross my fingers. I'm going to trust where they're going, and I'm going to come here and I'm going to be hopefully as informative as I can be from a content side.
Awesome. Looking forward to it. Krug, 2015.
So the things, I mean, you asked what do we expect to see in 2015, but I'm going to say with
Not just expect, but what do you want to see?
So the things I want to see fixed, and they're all very like integrated in the game itself, like the line of sight thing. They're all things that are like systemic problems, things that would take a lot of like work, not just by developers and designers, but by like the technical side of Carbine. And so I'm not terribly hopeful that they'll be fixed, and I still love the game without those things being fixed. But really those things are the things that I'd like to see like not ironed out first. Things that aren't necessarily quality of life or like new things. I just want to see stuff brought up to the place that I think the game should have been at launch, with the line of sight stuff and like all of the housing things being sorted